State players already having taken their positions.
Have you still got 7 on? It's just different.
Well, you think the Cheetahs are going to get it together in the second half? And that chat at halftime, surely
okay, gents,
we'll see them playing a touch better.
Okay.
I believe they can, and I'm sure Rory Duncan
Captain!
would have set the structures in that change room. Discipline is a big problem.
Time on.
And they need to play at their tempo. If they need to up the tempo, they need to get over the advantage line and win that one-on-one physical battle.
Kana kicks off. It's another deep kick. It seems to be the tactic from both sides. They both know that either side loves to run the ball from deep. They want to give them as many meters to traverse if that's what they want to do. Torsten van Jaarsveld,
okay, no hands now.
Absolutely tireless number 2 for this Cheetah side. They send it down the blind. William Small-Smith, he hasn't seen enough ball today. Raymond Rule crashing over the advantage line. Well, that was a speculative pass at best. Did not work out well at all for Tom Botha, and the ball is fallen onto Zebre's side. Well secured, and Violi clears from the base. And it's great presentation, and Violi is there again. Zebre have a chance with numbers down this blind side. They cut back to the inside. It seems that both of their centers, Tommaso Boni and Tommaso Costello, are not keen to hit the ball with a full head of steam.
Contest is good.
In spite of that, they managed to carry the ball very well for this Italian side. Gets them to the gain line, if not across it. Violi clears from the base. Kana once again. Send it wide early. Options have been shut down by a good tackle. As Costello goes to ground, breaking down the blind side. Violi. Wonderful defensive cover there from the Cheetahs. They're looking organized at the start of this second half, which will be very encouraging for them. Violi. Kana, that looks like a forward pass. On we will play. Nobody contesting for that turnover from the Cheetahs. They really like to fan from the rack. Perhaps something that they spoke about at halftime. Not trying to go for the turnovers, just making sure you cover all of your men and stop this Zebre team from making their way downfield. Accidental obstruction as that play just slowed down to a walking pace, and Kana ended up running into his own player. Scrum down to the Cheetahs. Just what they needed to start off this this second half. A touch of possession, which really went against them as the second half rolled on.
Okay, let's go.
Accidental offsides, obstruction. So it will be a Cheetahs feed at the scrum. There's a lovely blind side available. It'll be interesting to see where they can get a good tight head lean and explore that blind side. Instruction by Don Himan, the forwards coach, scrum coach. Actually played a bit of rugby with him at Benetton Treviso, and he went on and finished his career in France.
You seem to know all of the coaching staff of the Cheetahs, Vim. Prestigious rugby career that my co-commentator did have. Another fine set from both of these scrums. The feet have slipped out from underneath just at the final moment. Is that Tom Botha? That is a great ball, and Francois Venter runs onto it. Cutting back inside, he offloads out of the tackle. Skuman makes his way across the 22-meter line. This is a great chance for the Cheetahs to catch Zebre on the run. Stapelberg just had to juggle that, stopped him from making the pass over the top. They had numbers on the outside. Mapimpi receives the skip pass. He gets rid of the first defender. Cuts back inside and sets the ball for Iraq. It's Tian Meyer again. As the Cheetahs finally enjoying some possession. That man appears to be off his feet. Advantage coming to the Cheetahs. As referee Dan Jones agrees with that assessment. Still in the hands of the Cheetahs. Makazole Mapimpi getting the ball on the outside. Sir Jill Peterson, Raymond Rule and Mapimpi all working in concert on the left-hand side of the field, but he is dragged into touch is Mapimpi, and it is a penalty to the Cheetahs within kicking range. And Ernst Stapelberg points straight to the posts. He is a metronomic kicker. You should expect to put this one over.
Clearly not on his feet is Tommaso Costello, and therefore conceding the penalty, but it was a good starter move. Solid scrum. Francois Venter ghosted through the gap, but he came on a running angle that totally confused the defense of the Zebre. And an opportunity early on for the Cheetahs.
Stapelberg. continue his great form with the boot on this Guinness Pro 14. It's another clean hit from Aaron Stapelberg, and he adds 3 points to the Cheetahs tally. That takes it to 16 points to 11 at the beginning of the second half.
12.
It's exactly what the Cheetahs needed, and making some changes are the Cheetahs. Johannes Kutsia comes on. He's probably going to replace Tom Buerta.
Nico Lee has also made his way onto the field as the restart has gone up from Kana. It was well received by the Cheetahs. Once again, a very deep restart. Francois Venter has not imposed himself on this game as much as he might like to. Such a dangerous player, great balanced runner as he showed when he broke that line, which really set up the penalty which the Cheetahs won. The more he gets the ball in his hands, the better it will be for this Cheetahs side, but they're attacking well now. That's Nico Lee, fresh off the bench for William Small-Smith. Cutting through, breaking the gain line, could not get an offload and keep that movement going. Oxen Chair, he's carried in congested areas and he's turned that ball over this time. A knock on and a scrum down to Zebre. They really need to find Oxen Chair already on the run. He doesn't have the kind of weight that can generate go forward from a static position. He weighs in.
Yeah, we got time off, fine.
I don't have his weight here, I'll have to check it out.
From a standing start, he is a powerful man, and he does get turned over, spills the ball forward. But it's definitely a different Cheetahs side in the second half. They've upped the tempo. Oxenchair went to Louis Buerta Technical High School. He's 110 kilograms, but he's extremely explosive. And when he gets that pace going, he's a very, very fast loose-head prop.
He has a wonderful turn of pace. Once he cuts the line, he really can accelerate. But he's not at his best when he's running into the faces. What a great player he is, Oxenchair. Very exciting prospects in the front row all across our country of South Africa.
Applause going for the veteran Valerio Bernabal, 33 years of age. Played 38 caps for the Italian national side. He made his debut way back in 2004 against the USA. Had a very illustrious career.
Only played the 40 minutes before this match today, so that's 87 for the season.
Bind. Set.
Violi's to feed. Cheetahs gain some ascendancy right at the end of the first half, but once again they've slipped up and a penalty comes their way this time. A turnaround in fortunes.
Drop.
I got bewildered by that, the Zebre front row. Cheetahs will be enjoying increasing the pressure at scrum time. Stapelberg looking for a good touch, and he finds that inside the 22-meter line of Zebre. 8 minutes gone in the second half, and the Cheetahs have an opportunity to attack from close to the Zebre line now.
Well, that was a problem in the first half for the Cheetahs, was possession. Zebre dominated possession with 58%, and then also territory. Zebre dominated territory with 56%.
Van Jaarsveld feeds the line out to the back. Wonderful contest, has taken it away from the best line out forward in the Guinness Pro 14, Reniel Hugo. And Zebre once again have thwarted the momentum of the Cheetahs. Trying to make some space with running play, but that has driven them very much further backwards towards their own try line. They're being told to use it by the ref, and they need to up the pace. That's Derek Minnie taking the ball. Trying to create a better situation for Zebre to clear this ball into touch, surely, unless they plan to run from here. It looks like he's looking towards his fly-off now. It's Kana who feeds from the pass from Violi from the base of the rack. And it's not a great amount of distance on that kick. The pressure will remain on Zebre. Kana, see by the look in his eyes, he knows that. Torsten van Jaarsveld, serious about business. This is another important lineup for the Cheetahs. This one they need to secure. The last was stolen. Wonderful effort by Zebre. Quickly taken. Raniel Hijo rises. And they've set them all well here. Can they get some momentum going? They're going to need to wheel it either left or right. They start moving to the right and they're moving forward. Now they must use it. Not enough forward momentum for the Cheetahs, and they'll be disappointed with that. Nico Lee hits the line. Tackle called. Cleared from the base.
Release tacklers. Let go.
Taken straight into contact there. Men over the ball, but illegally so.
Play it. Okay, straight on it.
No clear release. The call from Tan Jones. And this is directly in front of the posts for N. Stapelberg.
Captain.
It's a good carry, no daylight. Demonstrated by the Zebre side. You need to allow the attacking player to place the ball, to set a target for his cleaners, and therefore the penalty. And that is penalty number 5 that the Zebre have given away in this fixture, and the Cheetahs slowly clawing away at that Zebre lead.
It just feels that they're not using enough of the strike runners next to the ruck to create that go forward in order to make space on the outside. They're passing the ball to the back line very early. And sometimes the players are being caught isolated. Stapelberg puts that one straight down the middle of the posts, and the score now stands at 16 points to 14.
3 and 6.
Oh, it's outstanding stuff from the Cheetahs, and they've started the second half in the perfect fashion, and I'm sure Rory Duncan and his staff will be happy. But I agree with you, Paul. You need to earn the right to play out wide, and especially in this European rugby, you first need to take it up the guts, draw the defenders in, and then play wide to create your space.
Kana with the restart. Raniel Hijo rising once more and taking that out of the air. Provides so much security to this Cheetah side, whether it be at line-out or from the kickoffs. So important to secure your kickoff receipts these days. Every team puts a big contest on them, although most of the kickoffs today have been going deep. That is a box kick from the base. Well handled by Matteo Mignozzi, try scorer for the Zebre side. And to get the ball is Violi.
Release.
Really fighting to get to ground there. I believe that was Giovanni Licata, who's playing at 8 today. Over the ball, it's Francois Venter. It was fine according to the ref, but he did not manage to secure it, and a penalty now comes to Zebre for a high tackle. Almost turned over to the Cheetah side, only to be disappointed moments later. A moment of ill discipline gives Zebre a penalty. Kana gets his hands on the ball. He will look to touch. Can Zebre manufacture a driving line? A driving maul from the line-out, perhaps? One would think it is more of the Cheetah strength, but they have failed to manage to get their maul moving all day long.
The Zebre have defended well at line-out time, and
that's middle.
Once again, slightly high tackle. Anything, it's all about player safety. Nothing really in it. Bernardo getting penalised, but the Zebre have been good in their defensive structures at line-out time. They put pillars up and they contend in the air, and then when they know it's a dangerous ball, they defend on the ground.
And here they are with their rolling maul. The Cheetahs have failed to sack this, but they are driving it backwards. The ball is with the first part, and they're going forwards. Advantage to Zebre. Can they get over the line here?
That's held up. What number?
Clearly stated.
18.
Oh dear.
There's enough defenders there. 18, you've gone in the side. Cynical.
Just onto the field, Johannes Kutsia is given his marching orders for cynical play.
18 side entry, okay? No, wait. Time off. Have a word, yeah.
And he makes his way off the field, looking disappointed in himself. He's left his team with one man down for the next 10 minutes.
No, time off, yeah. I'll give you time.
And that's one thing you cannot do in any form of rugby, and that is play in 14. It's good forward momentum by the Zebre. A lateral entry from Johannes Kutsia earns himself a yellow card, but the Zebre were dominant in that driving maul. Alarm bells for the Cheetahs.
Okay, time back on.
They looked to have stopped it just for a moment, but it splintered off and continued moving forward. Cynical play came from the Cheetahs. This ball has been kicked touched. Zebre smell blood. They're going to need to capitalize on this opportunity just 5 meters out from the Cheetahs line. They've got a man down in the scrum, and not just any man, a big man in the form of Johannes Kutsia. Can they make another driving maul count here? Ball fed, no contest. Rising forward is Karl Wechner. Great initial set from Zebre, looking to get some momentum going, moving forward step by step, slowly as they go. Wonderful drive now, they are going over the line. Great play from Zebre, capitalizing on the man down of the Cheetahs and getting themselves their second try of the match.
Very close.
Outstanding stuff, and it looks like the try has been scored by Oliviero Fabiani, their hooker, but it's a fantastic two-handed take by the replacement Jacopo Sarto. The platform is set. Look at the body language of those Italians. The whole team, all 15 together, celebrating.
Fantastic team spirit. What an important try for the Zebre side. He's had a wonderful game. Oliviero Fabiani. Kana is lining up yet another kick today. It's been superb with the boot, out of hand and from the tee. That one straight over the bar from Kana. He continues a wonderful match, and Zebre extend their lead. It's 23 points to 14. Kana continues to have a great game. Restart taken to ground by Zebre. This time the Cheetahs did get some chasing players in position to make some tackles. Digging in is Violi, really dictating the pace of this game at all times. Zebre. We have confirmation of the scoreline. Trapped in their own 22-meter line. There needs to be far more aggressive defense from the Cheetahs in those kind of situations if they want to punish Zebre for trying to run the ball out from their own 22-meter line. The defense cannot be passive. Crowd goes up for a high tackle. Raymond Rule bringing the man to ground. Across the 22-meter line now. And a penalty comes the way of the home side.
Once again, a bit of handbag thrown. Torsten van Jaarsveld in the thick of things. The replacement prop, Andrea Lavotti. You can hear how emotional the crowd gets. Right arm of Raymond Rule slips up, and therefore the penalty given for a high tackle. Once again, as you mentioned, Paul, the Zebre are dictating the tempo of this game. They're dictating the physicality of it.
Okay, it's just a penalty for a high tackle, but you've come running, nothing to do with you. No, you're 10 meters back, so I'm going 10 meters for that. If another one does that, I may have to escalate again. Is that clear? Fine. Okay.
We'll just check. They're keeping us in deliberately, not rolling.
I'll have a look at that. Okay. Ciao.
Well, Torsten van Jaarsveld getting called into the headmaster's office and getting warned. And therefore the Zebre getting extra 10 meters for ill discipline, and that is one area that the Cheetahs, their discipline on the field has let them down. That is penalty number 12 conceded in this fixture.
It's not a situation in which they can thrive, giving away that many penalties. Add to that, they've made just about 70% of their tackles today. They need to improve in both of those areas. As it stands, they trail by 7 points.
The AR is on the mark. Can you give me a gap off, please, lads?
And there are more than 20 minutes to go in this match. So plenty of opportunity for the Cheetahs to turn this around. Just need to get it clicking. Wonderful take from Renil Hijo. Took it without a care in the world. Brilliant steal. He's such a line-out force. Here's Francois Venter running on the outside. Sergio Peterson cutting through. That ball's gone through the hands of Zeeling, who's made his way onto the field for his first Pro 14 match. Here come the Cheetahs. Passing that ball out was Tion Meyer. It has really turned scrappy, and Raymond Rule is trying to clear it up. Zebre have advanced well beyond the halfway line now. And the Cheetahs have put themselves under pressure once more. Zeilinger. It is a great shimmy by Nico Lee, getting rid of that first defender. If he had not, he could have found himself well behind the advantage line. Torsten van Jaarsveld cutting back towards the defenders. The need to secure quick ball. Do the Cheetahs. That's the kind of play they need. Oxenchair charging up straight down the center of the field. Sergio Peterson sends it wide. And that's Zeilinger with a kick that leaves plenty to be desired. Gives the opportunity to Mignozzi to run it straight back at the Cheetahs. And here comes Zebre. Crucial tackle from Francois Venter. Just refused to release Mattia Bellini, top try scorer for Zebre. And what a crucial tackle it was. Francois Venter, he never leaves anything out there on the pitch. But Zebre retained possession, and here they come. Pass was suspiciously forward to Tommaso Boni. Ghana charging at the line. Raymond Rule looking to rip that in the tackle. Failed to do so. Zebre continue with the ball. It's a dummy to the outside from Mignozzi. Kick is charged down. Not a great deal of height on the box kick. And that is a big mistake from Violi, giving the Cheetahs the chance to have a look. Kick over the top. The bounce is kind. Here he comes, Mapimpi again. Well, Makasole Mapimpi. He just can't stop himself. The ball bounced delightfully, fell back into his hands, and he charged away for the try. And the Cheetahs are back in this game.
Outstanding play by the Cheetahs, and once again a little chip kick. Outstanding vision. The bounce is kind, and Mapimpi gets a brace in this fixture.
What a fine piece of play from the Cheetahs. Mapimpi turning on the afterburners. Great try. Jan Meyer never had a chance of catching him. That bounce was oh so kind for Mapimpi, but everything's falling his way in 2017. It's Fred Zeilinger with his first kick of the Guinness Pro 14. He's been injured up to now, and that's why he hasn't played any games. Had a number of fly-offs, but not for the Member Cheetahs. Zeilinger adds the extras, and crucial extras they are. That takes the scoreline 23 points to 21. Zeilinger will be very happy to be getting some game time after having an injury.
Okay, time off.
He's come on and immediately made an impact, and that was a vital conversion,
Number 1, orange.
because it's brought the Cheetahs within 2. Michael Bradley barking instruction to the coaching staff on the field of the Zebre. One thing against the Zebre, you need to vary your attacking style and pattern. They like to apply a rush defense. They're in your face all the time, so grub is a good option. The chip there worked. The bounce was kind for Mapimpi.
Need to put the Zebre team under pressure. They need more ball in hand, which they struggled for in the first half, but they have managed to get some more of that in the second. Francois Venter thumped to ground inside of his own 22-meter line. Zeilinger wasting no time in getting the ball out of the danger zone for the Cheetahs, but it has not found touch. And running back at them are Zebre. Likata that time was the man who received the ball, but the play is broken down. Nico Lee, number 23 for the Cheetahs, he's made a great impact since coming onto the field. Great tackle.
Outstanding defense by Francois Venter. Giovanni Licata, prominent Italian youngster. He played for the Italian under-20 side. Likes to carry the ball.
Orange 7 replacement, please. 7. Right.
Far more positive from the Cheetahs in the second half. It's a 2-point game now between them and Zebre. Zebre seem to be letting it slip somewhat. They're not controlling the game as much as they managed to in the first half.
Complete. Fine, okay. Are we happy
Perhaps that an effect of the amount of possession that the Cheetahs have been able to
Okay,
secure.
let's go, gents. Time
After the
back
break.
on.
Looks like the Cheetahs are making a change. Junior Pokomela.
Hoping to continue the good form of the scrums in the first half. Did start to fall apart somewhat towards the end as the Cheetahs gained some ascendancy. And once again, they're driving forward as that scrum goes to ground. Referee has informed them they should use it. That kick is interesting and speculative. Did not fall for Mapimpi this time, and he was marked even if it did. It has dribbled into touch.
Okay. Thank you.
And that is not a great outcome for the Cheetahs. They find themselves in their own half. Zebre have a chance to attack again.
Hang on. Wait. One at a time, lads. We get a replacement first. Time is off. We got loads going on. Replacement with 3. And we made that.
Picture another man who's had a great game.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Back on.
For Zebre, Oliviero Fabiani. 4 caps for Italy. Another fine steal as the lineouts are becoming a contested area for both teams. The Cheetahs are going to run it from deep. Slight hospital pass to Francois Fente. He's done remarkably well to get that ball away. And make sure that Zebre did not secure a turnover.
You're trapping him in.
Around the back, to the back line. Skuman gets the pass away, but Mahoje can't handle. He had the ball in his hands and he just let it slip loose. You could see the irritation as the ball left his fingertips. Opa Mahoje is far better than that, the Springbok.
Oh, that picture told the story. Outstanding hands by Paul Skuman. He's had a solid outing as always.
Thank you.
You could see the face of Mahoje, how frustrated he was with himself. 17 Springbok caps. He made his debut against Scotland in 2014.
He's proven to be a remarkably useful player for the Springboks as well. Such a great line-out option to have as a loose forward. So versatile as well. Not a bad man to have on your bench.
Thank you, Andre.
This game has come on in leaps and bounds. Opa Mahoje really believes in himself now. A true leader in this Cheetah side.
Crouch! That's good. Bind! Set!
Cheetahs will be looking to put enormous pressure on the Zebre scrum here. They cannot get it moving though, and eventually it does go to ground. We're going to have a reset. Lenient there from referee Dan Jones. They've been afraid to call a penalty either way.
I must remind
Whenever
you,
the
you need
scrum
to
goes
strike.
down
You can't stay in the tunnel.
throughout this match.
Okay. Same again.
It's a good, solid scrum. It
Okay.
almost seems like both front rows are slightly overextended,
Just strike. Okay.
trying to get that extra pressure.
Less than 13 minutes to go, approaching 12 minutes to go in this game, Vam. 2 points separate the teams. Do you think the Cheetahs have it in them to get over the line?
Most definitely so, but it's all about playing in the right areas of the field and getting possession.
What a scrum from the Cheetahs. They're driving over the Zebre pack once more and they secure themselves a penalty. That is enormous for the Cheetahs, just what they needed. Celebrations from Junior Pokomela. And the man who's come back onto the field since his yellow card, Johannes Kutsia. Big prop for the Cheetahs.
It's an outstanding scrum. You need to earn the turn, and that's exactly what the Cheetahs did. Forward pressure, and then the left-hand side went up. Looks like Johannes Kutsia, Charles Murray has come on and replaced Oxenche. Outstanding scrum.
Back underway. That's Charles Murray immediately into the action. Great pass behind the back. And that is a wonderful move from the Cheetahs. Those are the kind of hands they need, but men diving over the top.
Your players have come flying over. We can't have it, okay?
And they've been penalized for that.
And it happened there.
Now the penalty going against Francois Fente.
Please, let me make a decision. He's come flying off his feet, so we got a penalty here. Time off.
Going off his feet at the breakdown, flying
We had one
through.
there where he's gone past the ball, benefit of the doubt. You've just come flying off. We need more.
This is where the infringement occurs.
Up on your feet.
It's a good carry, a well-worked move, but Francois Fenner totally off his feet, off the ball. And that is what we talk about execution. Those are areas that we have to, or the Cheetahs have to, improve on immensely. And that's another penalty that they've given away, letting the Zebre off the hook. That is penalty number 13 in this encounter.
Just a remarkable number. It continues to grow. 10 minutes to go in this game. Zebre have not showed the form that they showed in the first half, where they controlled this match altogether. Second half has been a tale of the Cheetahs trying to come back into the match, but constantly shooting themselves in the foot as soon as they get close. They've managed to try with the kick to the outside. Mapimpi, of course, scoring in either half, as is his tendency. He just cannot stop scoring tries in 2017. Coming from the field there is Oliviero Fabiani. He has had a spectacular game from Zebre. And immediately the lineout stops working as soon as he leaves the field. Francois Fenter to the outside for Sergil Peterson. Makazole Mapimpi hangs one up. The chase is good. Important that he secured it well, and that's exactly what he did. Matteo Mignozzi. Penalty to the Cheetahs. Big call here from our Welsh referee, Dan Jones. Are we marching forward another 10 meters as well for descent?
First one,
That might not help the Cheetahs.
Second time, you're talking to me too much. I've spoken to you.
Depending on what their plan is. Because they could go for the post and put themselves into the lead here.
Meters.
They're going to go for the corner. They back themselves to drive over.
Well, they have been good at line-out time. Penalty against Mattia Bellini.
9 replacement.
Going straight to ground. Will it be their go-to man, their bankable, Reinier Hijo? He's been outstanding in this Pro 14.
One would think it has to be Reinier. And it'll be interesting to see if Zebre compete for this ball, or if they just stay on the ground and try for the drive. Justin from the asphalt to feed. Pivotal line out. Hijo rises at number 2, not the preferred position for a drive usually. They set the maul, the ball is loose. Zebre players come in and they seem to have their hands on the ball. They will have to take it to ground and present. It's Fenter who's come on at scrum half. Great run from Nico Lee. He's been brilliantly aggressive since he's taken to the field. The Cheetahs still have a chance to get over the line. Keeping it short, powering their way towards the try line. Clever play, just kept his temper there and did not reach out for the line. And the penalty goes the way of Zebre. Bitter disappointment for the Cheetahs. They could have gone for poles, they turned it down, and they continue to trail by 2 points now with less than 8 minutes to play in this rugby match. Perhaps they would have been better advised, keeping it conservative and going for the 3 points, but they're headed for the touchline, although their driving maul has not worked yet today. They thought it might that time.
It's well defended by the Zebre from the driving maul, and it's a good carry by Charles Murray, running at the space and clearly off his feet. Reinier Hijo, and therefore the penalty will stand. The Zebre, their game plan is clear. Anything 5 meters out, they defend on the ground, they defend well. That driving line out, anything away from there, they put pillars up in the air and try contest.
It's been truly impressive from Zebre today, especially the line-out defense. They've nullified that driving maul, which is known to be such a strength of South African sides. That line-out has gone horribly wrong as well, and it's presented the Cheetahs with another chance. Skuman cutting off the left, driving forward. Great tackle though. Cleared by Fenter. Zeilinger, the man, has tried to take it. Not sure the pass was for him, and that ball has been turned over at a crucial time for Zebre. It's in the hands of Tommaso Boni, the 105-kilogram outside center.
Not going anywhere, we got a knock on.
And a knock on is what we'll go back for. Scrum down to Zebre.
Mark's here, yeah?
Well, the Cheetahs just can't get it right. However, Zebre are presenting them with multiple opportunities late on.
Now, unfortunate for the Cheetahs, but well recovered by Tommaso Boni. He's a big lad for a centre, 105 kilograms, but an area that have let the Zebre down in this game is their own lineouts.
Nothing clear on the TV, okay?
They've only won 8 out of 14, whereas the
Yeah, he's just come back to me,
Cheetah, on the other hand, have had an 80% success rate at lineout time.
Oh, I think most of those 8 were won while Oliviero Fabiani was still on the field. I think they only lost 1 while he was still on, and that was a very well contested line-out that was just tipped out of the receiver's hands. The set piece was looking so good early in the match, but since, well, really right towards the end of the first half, they suffered that enormous defeat at scrum time as the Cheetahs marched straight over them. And in the second half, that power has been building. The Cheetahs have been able to impose it now, rescued themselves from a situation with the good scrum, got a penalty in their own half, and they'll be scrumming down again here with 5 minutes left in the match. Very interestingly poised match.
Yeah,
one feels that the Cheetahs would feel that they've had more of the play and that they should be winning this match. But Zebre controlled the first half, and they seem to be holding on tooth and nail for this victory, which would be their 3rd of their campaign so far. Absolutely enormous scrum here for both sides.
Wait for me to move out of the way, don't push me out of the way, yeah?
Especially so with Zebre. If they can manage to get the ball out of the back of the scrum and keep the Cheetahs pinned down in their own half for the last 5 minutes of the match, how they would cherish that. In the second half, it seems to have been a change of tune from referee Dan Jones. He's allowing resets.
Jez, we need to be higher, okay? I'm coming this side, we need to be higher.
And he was quick to penalise in the first half, asking for more height from the front rows. 4 minutes to play now as we reset this scrum.
This is probably one of the most important scrums of the game for both sides. Are the sands of time running out for the Cheetahs?
Absolutely pivotal. See how they go. They do not get an initial push on. What a scrum from Zebre. Did not move an inch. What a brilliant base. Pick up and go off the back. A bullocking run. It's amazing from Jasper Visa. My apologies. That's Andrea Lovotti charging at them. Or rather, Renato Giamarioli. 3rd time lucky Vam. What a great run from Zebre down the touchline. Crucial play.
That was outstanding play. It started from a good, solid scrum. And Renato Giamarioli hails from Calvisano club. Played for Italy under 20. Italy emerging. And once again, the Cheetahs concede a penalty. Zebre opt for the line-out. Remember what happened last time from a line-out in the similar position. Their hooker, Oliviero Fabiani, scored.
How quickly the tables have turned. Not so long ago, the Free State Cheetahs were in a similar position. What a great contest on your 5-meter line. Not cleanly taken. Which side does it come back on? It appears that Zebre have secured the ball crucially. Out to the back line now. Kana sends it to his centers. What a wonderful pass out of the contact. That was brilliant from Boni. Violi dummies to the outside. The Cheetahs defense is going to have to be immaculate. The final 2 minutes of the match are upon us. They cannot afford to let the Zebre score here. Setting the rack, difficult to see the ball. Slow play from Zebre, but that's just the way they like it today. They've slowed this game down all day and it's worked a treat. Castello crashing it in, the 100-kilogram inside center. And here comes Zebre again. 5 meters out from the line now as the Cheetahs start to drive them backwards. But that's just fine for Zebre. As long as they can get through the phases, they can take time off the clock, but a penalty against them. Great turnover. That's Nico Lee. He's doing everything since he's come onto the field. What a great player he is, the number 23 for the Free State Cheetahs. But in spite of that, with about 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play in the game, they need to travel 100 meters upfield, do the Free State Cheetahs. Kick takes them to between the 10-meter line and the 22-meter line in their own half. Fred Zeilinger, as mentioned, his first cap in the Guinness Pro 14, suffered an injury against the Southern Kings in the Super Rugby competition. He really is an important part of this Cheetahs team. He really plays the game of rugby on the front foot. At an extremely high pace, loves to take the ball to the line. As we see the Cheetahs maul getting severely disrupted, and Torsten van Jaarsveld trying to keep things under control at the back. Manages to get the ground and present the ball. Venter sends it wide. Here they come. Peterson to Mapimpi. Cutting back inside, dealing with a number of defenders and still going. Makazole Mapimpi is an attacking force. Venter, Zeilinger. Great width now from the Cheetahs. Can they isolate the Zebre defenders on the outside? They cannot, as it's crashed in by Charles Moret. Venter, difficult pass for Opa Mahorje, who has redeemed himself from his earlier knock-on with that pickup right by his toes. 80 minutes up on the clock. This is last chance saloon for the Free State Cheetahs. Nico Lee into contact, places it back. Here's Venter. Charging at them, the Zebre defenders. It has been a titanic effort on defense from Zebre so far. Can they hold out? Zeilinger was trying to get the pass behind that man, surely just did not get far enough advanced. An advantage coming the way of the Cheetahs. They have the chance to kick this ball downfield. So Jill Peterson.
The mark is behind.
Wow, he must have seen a huge gap to tap and go with that, because that is an enormous penalty. Of course, he was in front of the mark, so he was not able to go on.
Mark is here.
What an opportunity for the Cheetahs to kick this ball into the corner, or to go for posts and steal this match at the death. And that's just what they'll do. Fred Zeilinger with his second kick of the Guinness Pro 14. And what a pressure kick it is. 80 minutes have traversed on the clock, and the 3 points would give them the victory by just 1 point. And it would be a gutting loss for this Zebre side, who have played oh so very well today. Apparently we have 6 minutes left. The time that we have on your screens is not entirely accurate, so there will be time after this for Zebre to come back at them. That kick is going to fall desperately short, so it's a good thing for Zeilinger that there are 6 minutes left in the Cheetahs. But Zebre are looking to run this out straight from their try line. Over the 22-meter line they go. Counter-racking is strong from the Cheetahs. Strong and legal. Unable to secure the ball, though. Tension in this match ratcheting up towards the final moments. We thought that the 80 minutes was up, but we'll have to wait for the clock to go red, as there's some extra minutes that have been added on. A number of injuries in this match. More was called there. It was called! And the Welsh referee, Dan Jones, signals for a scrum down to the Cheetahs, directly in front of the post of Zebre, inside their own 22-meter line. And those are the perils of running the ball out from your 22-meter line every single time.
Well, that was outstanding defense from Charles Moret, getting ball and man, and then using his strength, keeping him up in the air with the assistance of Mahorje, winning that turnover in the center of the field. Left and right options available. They're in the red zone. This is a massive scrum for the Cheetahs to take this game, last gasp, away from the Zebre.
Really has heated up as this match has gone on. Both sides started tentatively. Zebre had a wonderful game plan, and that sees them lead the Cheetahs by 2 points now, 23 points to 21. 80 minutes have finished on the clock, but as we said, we're gonna have to wait for the clock to turn red. Less than 6 minutes to play now, though. Good set from either scrum. Can they keep it up? Elbows have gone to ground on the far side. The referee has requested that Venter play it, but no, we will go for a reset rather. A lot of pressure on referee Dan Jones at these scrums today. They've started collapsing in the second half, but he has handled it very well. He's quick to penalize in the first half, and that really cost the Cheetahs.
Okay, I need your body angle higher and your feet slightly forward. He's going to get his angle up, you just get his feet forward.
Another chance at this scrum. Kokomela appears to be in the number 8 position. Opa Mahorje on the flank for the attacking scrum, directly in front of the Zebre posts. You can hear the supporters rising to support the Zebre team, asking them to defend their lines. Once again, an immediate collapse. The referee almost blows the whistle, but instead we're going to play on. Venter picks up from the base. Great run and another advantage to the Cheetahs. Ball is available. Penalty advantage to the Cheetahs. Is it all falling apart for Zebre right now? As finally, the Cheetahs have found some attacking initiative, some consistent attacking initiative right at the death of the second half. Bearing down on the Zebre line. That pass is no good. Paul Skuman does well to pick it up. But we're going back for the advantage as a penalty.
Thank you, here. Okay, down.
Surely this is going to be kicked up the post for him.
Well, it's slap bang in the middle of the field in front of the post, but the penalty arises from a collapsed scrum on that far side, and it is the replacement, Dario Cristellini, who does get penalised. He goes down. He was born in South Africa, Kempton Park. Played a bit of Currie Cup rugby for Boerland.
His feet are too far back.
And he has 18 Italian caps to his name.
Fair number of South African-born players in the Zebre side today. Not 3 or 4, but mostly made up of Italian players as Italian rugby continues to grow on the international stage. Here's Zeilinger adding the easy 3. And that will be the final whistle. Well, Fred Zeilinger drives a stake into the heart of the Zebre team. Thought there might have been time left to play. But that is the final whistle from referee Dan Jones. What a wonderful display from both sides. Zebre got up early, but eventually they go down by 2 points. It's Zebre who win 23 points to 21.
Thank you, Tan. Cheers. Cheers, Alga. Your side. Huh? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, cheers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, thank you.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi alle Zebre, domenica 26 novembre, il nono turno del Guinness per 14, la sfida con... terzo turno all'interno della casa
16